Hola Ufelas, aquí les traigo un video completamente subtitulado al español de Omni Vegito. Podrás encontrar todos los links del creador de este contenido en la descripción del video. Y ahora, disfruta.
Well, that may have just been a little overkill. Clean up crew on aisle 1, please. So our story continues with the suspiciously different Omni Vegito, just moments after obliterating not only Shiva, his opponent, but half the tournament stage along with him, using one of his newly revealed abilities, an upgrade on his great demon ward, as when he would turn around, now standing in this ghastly stance, along with his blood-red eyes, a unicorn-like horn would erupt straight from his forehead, the first sign, as some had noticed, of the Omni Devil, showcasing his devil gene. But such an event would not be without its own viewers, and indeed in the same forest area, he had just been embarrassed by the Omni Devil. Ultra Vegito would stand and watch, as with a cold stare, at first his feelings unreadable, Vegito would mutter out, "So Kazuya was right. I shouldn't be so shocked. He too has figured out the devil gene then. I'm sure that's not even as far as he can go." Just great! But soon unable to control the rage within him, the annoyance that Omni Vegito had caught up to him somehow, Vegito would bite his lip hard, containing himself. His blood would begin to draw. Well, I guess it's expected from me. As turning quickly away, as if no longer able to watch another second, the Godkiller would leave the scene in a brisk walk, but where to would be unknown. Shiva! As when we'd return to Coral, the other of Akabel's chosen elite fighters, he would possibly be the most rattled of all on the battlefield, his eyes wide open, as having known personally the power of Shiva, he would not quite believe his death and defeat, grumbling, "That humanoid ended Shiva like that? How could Castiel possibly ever create someone like that? That's impossible!" But as he would be saying this, it would be clear that Coral would be in fear, trembling even as he would be subconsciously moving backwards. But that movement back would be stopped when Coral would suddenly find himself bumping into something large and unmoving. That little explosion scare you? Don't worry, Kami-sama. I'm here to protect you. What? As like an adult playing with a child, this unmoving object would be revealed as Dragon God Piccolo, standing with his arms folded, with a smile looking down and commenting, "Where exactly did you think you were going though? Just because my teammates finished with his opponent doesn't mean we're done here. No. Unless, of course, you want to give up, Kami." Shut up! But Coral's response to such belittling words would only lead to him then swiping his arm backwards in a rage, sending gushes of high-pressure water along with it, but only for the Dragon God to disappear instantly, like just playing with him. reappearing now back on the half-destroyed stage, as Coral would remain up top, and covered still in his orange lightning. Looking up, Piccolo's demeanor would be more serious now, as he would comment, "I haven't got all day. If this is all you can do, Coral, then I'll just go a step further and finish this." As with a close-up, his final words would then be, "Let me show you what bugs can do. Be ready. This is going to sting." As just like that, with no more needed to be said, Piccolo would indeed go to the next level, powering up ferociously with a Namekian scream to end all Namekian screams, his body almost instantly bulking up in size as the hue of his screen skin would just as quickly begin turning yellow, like he was suffering from jaundice. His aura now a distinct burning orange, like he were being set alight. But it would soon be clear, this dragon god who had fused with all Namekians in his multiverse was not just undergoing a generic orange Piccolo transformation, as his eyes momentarily would go blank, his antennae sticking up, while mysterious dragon-like appendages would then grow on his skull, and along with that, yellow engraved tattoos that looked more like scars would appear, as his skin would become more scaly too. His horns now fully grown, almost like dual sets, now with those risen antennae. And finally, with the grimacing teeth-bearing stare, his eyes would reappear, but now a deep orange reminiscent of the sun, with deathly black pupils. You doubted me as a dragon god. Well, let that doubt be cleared now and here. I will grant you one wish, and that wish will be a quick death. Has finally transformed, Orange Dragon Piccolo would be born. The true power of a dragon god that our universe's Zalama could have never hoped to have achieved. Standing stunningly in a majestic aura that seemed damaging to even be encased in. It would even be unclear now if in this state Piccolo had gone past Omni Vegito. Well, Green Man, seems I wasn't the only one to have mastered something during training. And talking of Omni Vegito, he would proudly watch with a cat-like smile, his hand on his hip, pleasantly surprised with his old friend's growth. But it wouldn't be long before the sound of movement would then be heard. This form of Piccolo's wasn't for show after all. Faster! As in literally a single frame. That huge distance between the two would be nothing at all now, with the Dragon God now moving at extreme speed and already right at Coral's face. Echo Bell's fighter frozen, paralyzed even, not able to defend himself before. I told you, it would sting. As moving past with extreme speed like he had never even made contact at all, behind, the screams of Coral would ring out as he would suddenly and violently be struck by thousands of simultaneous assaults. Like the Namekian people within Piccolo, each had a go themselves. Well, what do you say now, Kami? Giving up? Just because your elder god is Akobel doesn't mean you need to throw your life away pointlessly. As a guardian of your people, you need to stay alive for them. As turning around, even in this overpowered state, Dragon God Piccolo would maintain his wisdom and decorum, it would seem. You dumb bug! If I don't give this my all, my elder god and his creations get erased along with him! I don't have a choice like you low intelligence! But even as Coral would groan and begrudgingly berate Piccolo while in pain, he'd be forced to explode his eyes back open when he would notice the roar of an attack even more dangerous than before. What is that? I'm a dragon god. What did you expect, Kami? As suddenly roaring would in fact be a Shenron-like apparition, wrapping around the enlarged Piccolo, staring deeply at Coral as if he too were his opponent as well. Dragon Beam Cannon! And just like that, using a specialized variation of his Mekanko Sappo, firing from Dragon God Piccolo's hand, the energized Shenron straight for Coral. Ridiculous! But with enough time, the prince would just jump straight out of the path of the dragon's wrath. What? You're not getting away! Think about the people you were supposed to take care of. You're a disgrace to all Kamis that came before. But unimpressed, already anticipating this, Dragon God Piccolo would showcase his speed once again, speeding right to Coral's eyeline. And instantly attacking, Piccolo would throw his muscular arm straight forward for a powerful jab, causing an immediate cross-armed block from Coral to prepare himself. What? Why did you stop? But only confusion would then come across the prince in the next panel, when he would realize the Dragon God had stopped just in front of him. Bringing his guard momentarily down, as Coral would question, "You're still trying to make me give up? How foolish are you?" But Piccolo would only respond with a smug grin. "No, your chance is already up. But thank you for lowering your guard. Seems you lack the wisdom to be anyone's guardian." As out of nowhere in a delayed attack, Piccolo's Dragon Beam Cannon would still find a way to connect, instantly firing through Coral's body the absolute nanosecond he would flinch. What are you? And positively smoking, Coral would almost seem out of consciousness, his eyes blank, floating peacefully backwards before... With a not-so-peaceful kick, the Dragon God would lay down his punishment, sweeping a strike right onto Coral's chin, sending the short fighter back with blood trailing from his mouth. The strike being with such force, Coral would almost seem like he himself was a beam of energy striking the ground to explode. And while this would be happening, it seemed Piccolo's earlier missed Dragon Beam Cannon, like it had its own sentience, would return back behind the Namekian to watch with equal glee. The end result being the prince embedded in the stage ground, in a crater of his own, with his body barely moving anymore. Lord Acobel, how talented was your brother? You said he would be no challenge! Still conscious, however, the clearly tenacious prince would hunch his head up, just unbelieving that these would be Castiel's fighters. You ever consider our power came from our own efforts and not just our elder god? Maybe that's why you're so weak. Contemplate that in the other world. As Piccolo, still up top, would form in his hand yet one more energy blast, the dragon roaring as Piccolo's hand would almost seem like it were petting it. Coral! What are you doing? You dare besmirch my name with this mockery? Get up and fight! This is nowhere near how powerful I made you! Oh no! What have I done? As reacting wildly, the two Archangel brothers would have two very emotional reactions, with Acobel standing up again, screaming at the top of his voice, almost disciplining the prince, who apparently was not giving it his all, while Castiel, now unable to even look anymore, would cover himself in shame, realizing this team of his was actually now thoroughly contributing to his own brother's erasure. What use is there anyway in putting any more effort into this? Even if I kill this bug, the other one, if he defeated Shiva, I have no chance. As looking up, Cool would begin to reflect on his time training with Shiva himself, thinking, Shiva, that powerful bastard, left me defeated all 800 times we fought. Not a single moment did I get the chance to catch him off guard. And that humanoid, he destroyed him in one blast. This is just a pointless struggle. If Shiva could not do this, then who else? Oh man, Lucifer! But just as Cool would almost accept defeat in this tournament, not even willing to go any further, suddenly, not only him, but Omni Vegito too would be stopped in their thoughts, sensing something powerful arriving on the scene. A power familiar, but different, like it had always been here anyway. As when he'd turn around to the devastation he left behind on this stadium, removing an entire chunk in the depth of space behind, shining bright. Damn it! It would fire, and with unprecedented speed and power, too fast for even Vegito to react from that distance, immediately penetrating brutally right through his left bicep. Vegito with multiple punches, hitting him deeper and deeper into the stage floor,